Hey guys, going to do a video here on Payoff Pitch Baseball, the 2015 PDF season that I just downloaded. The regular season, or the season with the regular cards that come from Payoff Pitch, I believe are not going to come out till March. So if you want to play now, the PDF is the way to go. I got these on sale for $7, but I think they're $10 now. Even so, at $10, they're a good buy. So I've got the lineups all set up for Game 1 of the World Series. And I usually play this game with the fast action cards. That's what I'm comfortable with. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and attempt to play with the dice this time. Don't know how that's going to go. I'm liable to make errors on this thing. Like I said, I haven't played it in a while to do that. But we're going to see how it goes. And if it gets too wild, then I might switch back to the fast action cards. But we'll give it a shot. So, first roll here on the at-bat for Curtis Granderson against Ventura. And for anybody who hadn't seen the dice, you take the 2d6s, and that's going to tell you that we're in the tough range for Ventura. Then we take the 2d10s. Black die is the 10s. This is the 1s, so that's read as an 86. So an 86 on the tough range is out. 86 is a ground ball to second base for Granderson. So Granderson grounds out 4-3 to get things started here. And now we go to the next batter in the lineup. And that is going to be the third baseman, David Wright. So David Wright is up, and we'll roll the dice again. And let's see what happens. It is a 10 on the 2d10s. So 10 is in play, and the 2d6s, it's a 10 for in play. 2d10s, it's a 47. So Wright in play 47, that is out of range. 47 now becomes a pop out to the shortstop. So he pops up to the shortstop for out number 2. And that'll bring up Daniel Murphy. Now I'm going to try something different. I'm going to roll the D10 first, kind of give it a suspense mode here. So we've got a 5, so that means we're in the patient range. So we know the 2D10, we're going to be looking at Murphy's patient range here against righties. He's looking for a 47 or less. But he doesn't get it. He gets a 60, and that is a ground ball to short. So 3 up, 3 down here in the first for the Mets. They go scoreless. We go to the bottom of the first, and it's no score. And on the hill for the Mets now, we'll switch places here. It's the Black Knight, Matt Harvey. He will be starting off against Alcides Escobar. So we're going to roll and see where we are on Harvey's card. And that is a 9, so we're on tough. We're on the tough side. So now let's see what the tough result is. Escobar needs a 41 or less. He got a 6, so it's a lot less, but that's 2 less, because a real low number is a strikeout. So a 6 is a strikeout. So Escobar is out on strikes. So there's 1 away, and now we're going to go back to Harvey and check what his result is on the 2d6s. That is an 8. An 8, and this time is patient. So patient for Zobrist, he's rolling off his patient chart. It is an 86, so unfortunately for him, 86 is well in the out range, and that is a ground ball to second. So that is a 4-3 for the out. Zobrist is out, and that will bring up Lorenzo Cain. Lorenzo Cain. And in case somebody's curious, it took me roughly about 20 minutes to print out both teams, to cut them, sort them, and put them in, into the little baggies and everything. So not that long, about 8 to 9 to 10 minutes for each team. Not that hard to do. You need to have pretty good paper, at least I did. I have the stock paper, so that helps. And cost efficient wise, it's really a good deal. And you only had to print out the teams you need, so that's what I did. So next at bat is Cain with 2 outs and the bases empty. And that's a 6, so that's going to be tough on Harvey. And now we'll roll the 2d10s to see where we are with Cain. And we are at a 99, so that's obviously an out. Fly ball to left field. And the inning is over. So far in the first inning, everything's been kind of clean off the batter cards. I haven't had to check any charts yet, so that's a good thing. I think I might get in trouble when I start checking the charts on these things, because that's going to be out of my comfort zone, but we'll see what happens. So we go to the top of the second, And we'll switch places again. Ventura will take over on the bump. And we'll move the Mets lineup into their spot. Yoenis Cespedes leads off the inning against Ventura. We'll roll for the 2 dice to check Ventura. We're on a 10, so Ventura is in play. So we're going to be checking the in play portion for Cespedes. He needs a 1 through 33 to get a hit. So we'll see. And he gets it, a 33. It's exactly a 33. A 33 is a base hit. So Cespedes gets a base hit to start things off, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Lucas Duda. So Duda is up. We'll roll for Ventura to see what he's going to be on. That is a 4, so we're under the ballpark rating. Ballpark rating, we're going to check for wheelhouse or in play. So it's a 1 through 46 since Duda is left-handed. So if it's a 1 through 46, Duda will be hitting off the wheelhouse. It is a 15, so he will be hitting off the wheelhouse. So now we're going to roll the 2 D10s again, check his wheelhouse rating, which is here 1 through 50 will get him a hit. So we'll see what happens. It is, unfortunately for Duda, a 93, and a 93 is a fly ball to right. So Duda is out. He missed his opportunity on the wheelhouse. 1 away, and that will bring up the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud is up, and here's Ventura. It's a 9, so that is in the patient range. And now we'll roll for d'Arnaud, and that is an 80. An 80. So patient 80 is going to be in the out range. That's a fly ball to center field. So 2 down. Cespedes still stuck on first base. He had no opportunity to move up, really. So now Conforto, the rookie Conforto, is up, and he'll be facing Ventura. It's a 5. 5 is patient, so we're going to be off the patient chart or card for Conforto. And the roll is an 87. So 87 is a ground ball to second base. With the 3rd out, it really doesn't matter if it's a force play or just a straight out. He is out. The inning is over. And that will do it. So we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Still no score. Harvey takes his spot on the bump. And leading off for the Royals will be Eric Hosmer, the cleanup hitter. So we'll see what Harvey's got. Look at his tough category, 2 through 6 plus an 8. So he obviously has a lot of tough chances here. It's a 9, which he found the additional tough spot. So that is a tough outing for Hosmer. Hosmer actually, 36 through 51 will give him a hit. So let's see what he gets here. He gets a 22, and a 22 is going to be a strikeout. So Hosmer out on strikes. And that will bring up the designated hitter, Kendrys Morales. Switch hitter, Kendrys Morales against Harvey. So we'll roll here for Harvey. It's an 11, so that's the wheelhouse. So we are on a wheelhouse check, and Morales on his wheelhouse goes up to 69 for a hit. 1 through 56 is a home run. So here's the pitch. It is a 79, so a 79 is actually out of range. 79 is a fly to center, so Morales just missed that pitch. Harvey made a mistake, but Morales could not make him pay. So we go to the 3rd baseman, Mike Moustakas, who will bat with 2 outs, and the base is empty. We'll roll for Harvey. It's a 4, which is in the tough range. And now we'll roll the 2 D10s. And woo, that went way over there. It's a 63. A 63 in the tough range for Moustakas is a ground ball to short. So the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down. After 2 innings, we are scoreless. Okay, top of the 3rd. Now, things are running along pretty smooth because we haven't had any weird things to check out. Everything's been on the player cards. So we'll see if that continues. We'll roll for Ventura. That's a 4, which is ballpark. So now we need to roll the 2 D10s and see if we're in the wheelhouse or not. It has to be a 1 through 36 since Flores is right-handed. It is a 55, so we are not in the wheelhouse. We're simply in play. So we roll another 2 D10 and check the in play for Flores. It has to be a 25 or less to be a hit. It is not. It's a 71, and the 71 means we have a fly ball to center field for the 1st out. And that'll bring up the designated hitter in this game, Kelly Johnson, in the number 9 position. So he will bat against Ventura. And that is an 8, so that's in the tough range. And now the two D10s. For the tough range, it's a 94. A 94 means a fly to right. So 2 down. And now we're back to the top of the order in Curtis Granderson. Curtis Granderson is up against Ventura. It's a 6, which is tough. And now we roll for Granderson in the tough range. And we get a 47. 47 in the tough range for Granderson is actually a single. So Granderson gets a 2-out hit. And that will bring up David Wright. Not going to send Granderson yet. We're going to go ahead and let Wright hit away with 2 outs. Runner at first. Here's Ventura. It's a 7, which is tough. And then we've got Wright. And a 17 for Wright. Tough 17 is a strikeout. So inning is over. We go to the bottom of the third. Still no score. And coming up for the Royals will be the catcher, Salvador Perez, as we switch positions here and put Harvey back on the bump. I'm going to go ahead and roll off 4 now to see if it'll speed things up a little bit. Harvey facing Perez. Okay, we got a 3, which is tough, and then we have a 99. So 99 is a fly to left. 1 down. So Alex Gordon, the number 8 hitter, will step to the plate against Harvey. Here we go. It is a 6, which is tough, and a 93. So a 93 produces another fly ball. This one to right field. 2 down for Gordon, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Alex Rios. Rios steps to the plate. And we get an 83 on the D10 and an 11 on the D6s, which is a wheelhouse. But wheelhouse for Rios only goes to 43, and 83 will make that a ground ball to short. So Rios is out, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down. After 3 innings, we're scoreless. Daniel Murphy leading off the 4th against Ventura. It is a 4, which is ballpark, but the roll is a 19. 19, which means we're in the wheelhouse. So that means Murphy gets to roll off his wheelhouse. 1 through 48 would be a hit. It is a 15, and a 15 is a home run. So Daniel Murphy has just taken Ventura deep thanks to the wheelhouse, and the Mets now lead it 1-0. 1-0, and that'll bring up Yoenis Cespedes. Yoenis Cespedes at the plate. It is a 10 for the check on the pitcher, which is in play, and then a 71. So a 71 in play ends up being a ground ball to second for Cespedes. He is out, 1 away. 1 away, and that'll bring up Lucas Duda. Lucas Duda against Ventura. It's an 11 and a 55. So an 11 is defense, defensive check, and a 55. So now we have to go to the charts. So we go to the defense side, and the 2 D10s tell you whether we're checking for range or checking for error. Since we got a 55, that falls in the range here for error check on the second baseman. So we will be checking an error on the second baseman. In this case, that would be Ben Zobrist. So Ben Zobrist, his error rating is an F. So we go to the chart here. I'm sorry, that's his range rating. His error rating is a 2. My bad. Okay, so we go to the 2. So that means a 1 through 36 will be an error. So we're going to roll 2 T10s again. If it's a 1 through 36, it is an error. It is a 35, so it is an error. And that means that an error has just been made. And I think it's just a 1-base error. Let's see here. Actually, we have an error chart. So we have an error chart here. And we're going to roll, since it's a second baseman error, we're going to roll 2 D6s to find out whether it's a 1-base error or a 2-base error. It's an 8, and an 8 says 1-base error. So I hope I did that right. So it's an error on Zobrist, allowing Duda to reach E4. That'll put Duda at first with 1 out. And that will bring up Travis d'Arnaud. d'Arnaud. It is a 7 on the D6s, which is tough. and an 85. An 85 in the tough range is a ground ball to short. Now, ground ball to short, is it a double play or not? Well, we have an out chart here, an out chart for shortstop. So we're going to roll the 2d6s, find out whether we've got a double play or a ground ball, fielder's choice, and whatnot. So we're going to roll the 2d6s on the out chart. And it's a 7, so on the out chart on a 7, that is a fielder's choice, ground ball fielder's choice. So d'Arnaud reaches on the fielder's choice, and again, I hope I'm doing that right. It's a fielder's choice on a ground ball to the shortstop, so that's a 6-4 put out for out number 2. There was no double play. Conforto now is at the plate with d'Arnaud at first base. And I apologize again, guys, if I'm doing that wrong. I think I'm just doing what I think is right based on the charts. All right. Here is the flip. It's a 3. It's patient, and we've got a 42. So Conforto, patient, 42 against right-handed pitching is a double. It's a double for Conforto. Now we need to check out the runner advancement. So we go to the runner advancement chart and under double, and we're going to roll 2d6s to find out whether or not the runner scored or not from first base. So we roll the 2d6s, we get an 8. An 8 on the chart is a line drive into the alley in center field. That's the hit location. I'm sorry, runner advancement actually is going to be using the 2d10s. So I need to roll the 2d10s, my bad. 2d10s. Let's see here. Runner, oh, I'm sorry, I take it back. 2d6s were correct. Compare total to lead runners' run and fielder's arm rating. If the total is equal or less than both, the runner is safe. Okay, the running rating of d'Arnaud is not that good. He's a 6. The arm rating of the center fielders, that's the line drive into alley and center. That's why we had to check that to see what fielder we were dealing with. Center fielder is Kane. His arm rating is a 7. So Kane as a 7 is higher than the running rating of the base runner. The runners, if the total runner is greater than both, if the total is greater than both, the runner is out. Other runners advance 1 base. That's if they choose to try the extra base. But I think in this case, being a prudent manager, well, there were 2 outs. So is there anything here about a 2-out extra boost here? I don't think so. At least not that I can see. I'm probably missing something. Oh, it says here, with 2 outs, runner rated 6 or higher advances 2 bases on a single and scores on a double. So all that was made academic because of the 2 outs. He actually did score. So Conforto's double scores d'Arnaud. And after all, he does score. And that's 2 runs now for the Mets. So I'm glad I looked at that runner advancement chart over there to check the 2-out result. I thought they should give him some kind of benefit for 2 outs. So there we go. So now it's 2-0 Mets. And here we'll bring up Wilmer Flores. That's a 12. And now we're in the new category, which is called range. Range simply means that it's sort of like the defense, except we're not going to check an error. We're only going to check the range. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the defense over here, but instead of this being an error, it's going to be a range check no matter which way we go. The 2D10s are only going to tell us which fielder to look for. So it is a 24. 24 on the range check is a shortstop. So we're going to check the range of Escobar. His range is a B, and on the chart for the park, it's a 36. So we need a 1 through 36 in order for it to be a hit. Anything else, it'll be an out. And it is a 36. It's actually a 4. So that's going to be a base hit. So a base hit for Flores. And now we'll go to runner advancement again. And you can see why I like the fast action cards, because everything's on the card. I'm not going around and doing anything. So we've got a hit here. And the hit gets past the shortstop. So we're going to check right here and check runner advancement. And we're going to roll the 2d6s to check that. And the d6 rolls an 11. And 11 says single, and the number of stars indicate base runner's advancement. So it's 2 stars. Therefore, Conforto will score, and that'll make it 3-0 in favor of the Mets. as they are getting to Ventura here. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Kelly Johnson. Kelly Johnson. And that is a 7. 7 is tough. And an 8. An 8 for the D10. So Kelly Johnson, tough. 8 is a strikeout. And the inning is finally over. But the Mets do pick up a total of 3 runs in the inning. And now we go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 Mets. Okay, bottom of the 4th, and Alcides Escobar will lead things. I'm sorry, he was just the last out last inning. I forgot to move the player position. Ben Zobrist is actually leading off. It's a good thing I keep score. Ben Zobrist is leading off. And the result is a 12, which is defense on Matt Harvey's card. And we're looking at 93, so on the defensive check, 93 means we are checking an error on the left fielder, possibly. The left fielder in this case for the Mets is Conforto. And Conforto's error rating is a 5. He's an E5, error rating 5. So we go to the ballpark card. Error rating 5. 1 through 12 is a potential error. Anything else is going to be an out. So obviously he's a pretty good fielder with low error totals. So it has to be a 12 or less. And it is not. It's a 50. So Conforto makes the play, 1 away. And that'll bring up Lorenzo Cain. Lorenzo Cain against Harvey. It is a 3, which is tough, and a 1. So a tough and a number 1 is definitely a strikeout. So Cain is out on strikes. That'll bring up Eric Hosmer, the first baseman, with 2 outs. And here is Hosmer. It is a 7, which is in play on Harvey, and a 49. I'll flip that around, 49. So in play 49 is actually going to be a ground ball to first. So Hosmer grounds it to the first baseman Duda, and the Mets are gone 3 up, 3 down in the 4th. After 4 innings, it is the Royals 3 and the Mets nothing. I'm sorry, it's the Mets 3 and the Royals nothing. All right, Curtis Granderson is up to lead off the 5th. It is a 6, which is under Ventura is tough, and it's an 82. Tough 82 is going to be a fly ball to center. So Granderson flies to center to start the 5th for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up third baseman David Wright. So David Wright will step up to the plate against Ventura. And here's the roll. It's a 7. It's a 7. Which is tough, and the D10 roll was a 44. I'm sorry, I just hit that. It was a 44. 44 tough is a strikeout. So Wright is out on strikes. 2 down. And that'll bring up Daniel Murphy against Ventura. Here's the roll. It is a 56 on the 2 D10s and a 7 on the D6s. So we're tough. 56. 56 in the tough range is in the out range, which is a ground ball to short. And the inning is over. So 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 3-0 Mets. Okay, bottom of the 5th. Kendrys Morales is up. And the Black Knight, Matt Harvey, is rolling along here. And we've got a 3, which is in the tough range. And we've got a 31. And a 31 tough for Morales against righties is a strikeout. So Morales is out on strikes. 1 down, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Mike Moustakas. Moustakas will see what he can do against Harvey. And the roll, ooh, it got way out there. It's a 22 on the 2 D10s, and it's a 7 on the Harvey's spot. That's in play. In play 22 for Moustakas is actually a base hit. So Moustakas gets a 1-out single, and that will bring up the catcher, Salvador Perez. So Perez is up. What he can do against Harvey. It is a 9 on Harvey's card. 9 is found the tough range, and our 2d6s total 6. So tough 6 is a strikeout. 2 down, and that'll bring up Alex Gordon, the left fielder. See what he can do against Harvey. And we roll the 4 dice to see what happens. It is an 11, and that's in the wheelhouse on Harvey, 11. And it's a 35 for Alex Gordon. Wheelhouse 35 is a home run. So Alex Gordon has just hit a 2-run homer, and that has brought the Royals a lot closer. The score is now 3-2 thanks to the Alex Gordon home run. And that'll bring up Alex Rios, the number 9 hitter, as they finally made a dent in Matt Harvey. And that's a pun there on the Black Knight for Batman, because the district attorney's name was Harvey Dent. So I didn't mean to go there, but went there anyway. All right, here is Rios. It's a 13. I'm sorry, it's a 4. I'm getting confused here. 4 is tough, and a 63. Tough 63 is a ground ball to second. So the inning is over, but the Royals cut a chunk into the lead. It is now 3-2. All right, Yoenis Cespedes is up against Ventura. We have a 9, which is patient in Ventura's world, and a 48 for Cespedes, but 48 just misses his range there, so we go to the out range. It's a ground ball to first. So Cespedes is retired to start the 6th, and that'll bring up Lucas Duda. Lucas Duda against Ventura. And the roll is an 11, which is defense check, and it's a 71. So we go back to our defensive chart, look at number 71, and that's checking an error on the third baseman. So we're going to be checking an error on Moustakas, and Moustakas' error rating is a 4. So Moustakas' error rating is 4. So on the ballpark, 4 is a 1 through 20. So he's a very good fielder, obviously. So anything above a 20, he will make the play. And he does. It's a 64, so Moustakas makes the play. 2 down. And again, guys, if I'm doing any of these things wrong, please put a comment out there, because I'm trying to learn the dice method. I've been doing the fast action cards for so long, but I want to try something different. So I'm willing to put myself out there and make mistakes and get feedback on it. So I appreciate any feedback, hopefully constructive criticism. So here is Travis d'Arnaud, and the pitch is an 8, which is in the tough range, and we've got a 34. So d'Arnaud, tough 34 is a strikeout. So that's going to do it for the Mets. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 3-2 Mets. Okay, Escobar lead things off here against Harvey. It is a 7, which is in the in-play range, and we've got a 14. So a 14 in play is a base hit for Escobar. So Escobar leads off the 6th with a base hit, and that will bring up Ben Zobrist, second baseman. He is up now. Ben Zobrist, and the roll. Oops, I only rolled the 2d10. I forgot to roll the 2d6s. Okay, 2d6s is a 4, so we're in the tough range. The 2d10s were a 26. Tough 26 for Zobrist is actually going to be a double. He hits a double, so we go to our runner advancement, and we have to figure out where the double went for the first part. So we're going to roll this chart for runner advancement and see where the double went. And we roll the 2d6s for that. And that is a 6. So that means the double was a line shot, splits the gap in center field. Splits the gap in center field. The center fielder for the Mets is Cespedes. His arm rating is an 8. So might not want to advance the runner here. The runner in this case is Escobar. He does have pretty good speed, though. Escobar's speed rating is also an 8, so they're tied. But they're not 2 outs. So they're going to play it safe and stop him at third base. So with nobody out, they're not going to take the chance. Runners are at second and third. Nobody out, and that'll bring up Lorenzo Cain. So here's Cain. See if Cain is able. Yep, I went there again. Okay, 6 is tough. And a 57. Tough 57 is in the out range. 57 in this case is a ground ball to third. The infield was back since we didn't declare it to be in. And with nobody out, they would never play it in like that, I don't believe. So therefore, with the infield back, that's going to score the run. Escobar will come in on the 5-3 ground out for the first out. Zobrist had to hold with the play in front of him, and we are now tied at 3. So that'll bring up Eric Hosmer. And guys, if I'm supposed to check a chart for that, I apologize. I'm just trying to think common sense baseball here. The infield is back, the run would score. So here is Hosmer now with Zobrist still at second base and 1 out. And that's an 8. So 8 is patient, but it's a 96. Oops, let me flip it over. 96. So 96 is a fly ball to right field. 2 down. Zobrist is going to hold. We're not going to try anything funny. We're going to give Morales a chance to drive home Zobrist with a base hit. So Morales is up with 2 outs, and Zobrist at second. And the result is an 8, which is patient, and it's a 40. So a 40 in the patient range for Morales is actually a double. So Morales has done it. He has doubled home Zobrist, and now the Royals grab a 4-3 lead. They have come all the way back and take a 4-3 lead, and much to the chagrin of the Met fans and the Black Knight. So now here's Moustakas. Moustakas, it's a 6 and a 26. 6 is tough, 26 in the tough range as a strikeout. So the inning is over, but the the Royals do score 2 runs to take the lead, and after 6 complete, it's the Royals 4 and the Mets 3. Okay, new pitcher in for the Royals as Ventura had a 6 for his fatigue rating, so he went to 6 innings. He's got the lead. Turn it over to the great bullpen that the Royals have, and Chris Medlin will take over, facing Travis d'Arnaud. It is a 6, so 6 is patient on the Medlin slide of the scale, and it's a 15. 15 patient for d'Arnaud is a walk. So not a good way to start if you're Medlin. He walks d'Arnaud, puts the tying run on base, and that'll bring up the rookie left fielder Michael Conforto to face Medlin. And the roll is a 6 for the Medlin check, which is patient, and the 2D10s is 48. Patient 48 for Conforto is actually a base hit. So it's a base hit, and now we check for runner advancement. Let's see here. You know what? Let me pause this video. Okay, guys, my bad. I got so excited about the pitching change, I forgot to look at the lineup. d'Arnaud made the last out of the previous inning, so his at-bat did not count. Michael Conforto leads off the inning, so we'll see what he does. Glad I caught that. It's a 7, which is tough, and it's a 90. So a 90 means he is out via a ground ball to second. So my apologies on that, guys. Conforto is out, but at least now the right batters are hitting in the right spot. And that'll bring up Wilmer Flores. Wilmer Flores is up, and that is a 3, which is defensive check. And the defensive check for 44 on our table, 44 defensive check is on error rating on the first baseman. So the first baseman in this case is none other than Eric Hosmer. And Eric Hosmer, his error rating is a 4. So we're going to go to the chart here on number 4. Error rating is a 1 through 20. So it has to be less than 20 to be an error. And it is not. It's a 43. So therefore, Hosmer makes the play, 2 down. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Kelly Johnson. Kelly Johnson is up, rolling all 4 dice. We get a 5, which is ballpark, and a 75. A 75, which is in play, not in the wheelhouse. So we go to re-roll the 2D10s to check in play. It's a 66, and a 66 is a ground ball to short. So the inning is over, and Medlin gets out the Mets 1-2-3. 7th inning stretch time at Kauffman Stadium. The score, Royals 4, Mets 3. Okay, bottom of the 7th, Harvey's still in there. He's got a fatigue rating of 7, and they're going to give him one more inning to try and see if he can correct himself. Perez, the leadoff hitter, Salvador Perez. The 2D10s are a 47. The 2D6s are a 2. So 47 in the tough range for Perez is actually a base hit. So Salvador Perez leads off with a base hit against Harvey. And there is 1 away. 1 on, nobody out for Alex Gordon. So Alex Gordon will step up. Runner on first, nobody out. And the roll is a 90 for the 2D10s and a 5 for the 2D6s. So we're tough. 90. 90 is a ground ball to second. So we need to check about what's going to happen here. A ground ball to second. We're going to use this column here for our out results. So 2D6s will determine that. And that's a 6. So a 6 in the out range is a ground ball fielder's choice. So it's a fielder's choice grounder. That'll be 4 to 6. and Gordon will reach first base on the fielder's choice. There is one out and one on. And now we move on to the number 9 hitter, Alex Rios. So couldn't quite turn the double play there, but they do get the force. Here is Rios. And that is a 9 on the pitcher card. That's a tough. And then 77 on the 2D10s. Tough 77 is a fly ball to center field for Rios. So that is 2 outs. And we're back to the top of the order and Alcides Escobar. So Escobar, the batter. And the delivery is a 9, which is tough. And we're on 29. 29 tough is actually a double for Escobar. So Escobar has doubled. And now with 2 outs, there's a good chance the runner will score. Let's see who the double is to or where it was hit. It's a 9, so we check our hit ratio for doubles. 9 goes opposite field, so that would be right field in this case. So we're going to check the Granderson's arm as a 6, and the base runner, in this case Gordon, the base runner Gordon, his speed is a 6 also, so they're tied at 6 apiece. But it says runner advancement, if 2 outs and runner rated 6 or higher, advance 2 bases. So therefore, it says 2 bases on a single and scores on a double. So therefore, Gordon will score on the double by Alcides Escobar, and the Royals add to their lead. It is now 5-3 with 2 outs. And Harvey, one more chance to get out of the inning versus Zobrist. It's a 10, which is ballpark, 73, which means we're in play. So Zobrist in play is a 70. 70 in play for Zobrist is going to be a ground ball to short, and that will end the inning. But the Mets give up another run after 7 innings. It's 5-3 Royals. Okay, new pitcher in the 8th for the Royals is Ryan Madson. He'll try to keep the Mets where they are. Curtis Granderson to lead off. It is a 12, which is wheelhouse, but it's a 6. And that means Granderson has just hit a home run. So Curtis Granderson leads off the 8th with the home run. And that makes it a 5-4 ball game. So he has put a shock in Ryan Madson real quick. And we're now at 5-4, just like that. And now David Wright, the batter. Wright. And it is a 98 on the 2D10s. A 3 is defense. So 98, checking the defense, is the right fielder check. So we're going to check on the right fielder Rios. He is an error rating of 3. So we're going to roll off an error rating of 3. The roll is a 0-0. 0-0. For the defensive check, and it says on a defensive rare play, when 0-0 is rolled when checking for an error or range play. So therefore, we're going to roll the 2d6s and see what the rare play is. And that's going to be an 8. So the rare play says fielder with a range of A or B makes highlight catch. Range of C to F can't reach the ball, and it's a single. So the range for Rios is a C, so he could not reach the ball, so therefore it's a base hit for David Wright. So David Wright gets on, and Madson's having all kinds of issues here. He was a great setup man for them down the stretch, but he's having issues now, and that'll bring up Murphy with nobody out and a runner on. And the roll is a 99 on the 2D10s, and 8 is tough on Madson. 99 is a fly to right. So Murphy is out, 1 away. And that'll bring up Yoenis Cespedes. Yoenis Cespedes is up. And here is the pitch to Cespedes. It is a 8, which is in the tough range, and a 4. 4 tough is a strikeout. So Madson trying to bear down here, get out of this, so they can turn it over to Wade Davis in the 9th. But here is Lucas Duda with a chance. Lucas Duda. And here's the pitch. It is a 9, which is tough. And an 83, tough 83 is a ground ball to second, and the inning is over. So Madson settled down quickly, and after 7.5, we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Royals 5, the Mets 4. Okay, bottom of the 8th, and Tyler Clippard is the new Met pitcher, and he will start out facing Lorenzo Cain. It is an 11. An 11 is in play, and for Cain it's a 42. In play 42 is in the out range, which is a ground ball back to Clippard. So it's a 1-3 put out. 1 away for Eric Hosmer. Hosmer, the batter. And let's see what happens here. It's a 10, which is wheelhouse, and it's a 3. So a 3 on the wheelhouse for Hosmer is a home run. So Eric Hosmer has just homered, and that has given the Royals a extra run, insurance run for the 9th, and it's now a 6-4 ball game, and that'll bring up Kendrys Morales. Morales, a 3 is in play, and a 9 on the in play is a double. So Morales hits a double, and they're starting to get to Clippard here early on. That'll bring up Moustakas, but they won't pitch to Moustakas. They're going to intentionally walk Moustakas. That'll put runners at first and second and set up the double play for Salvador Perez, and we get a righty-on-righty matchup. So they're trying to get the double play. It is a 7, which is tough, and it's a 17. Tough 17 is actually a strikeout. So he didn't get the double play, but he got the strikeout. 2 away, and that'll bring up Alex Gordon. So Alex Gordon, the batter. 2 outs. And the roll is a 9, which is ballpark, and it's a 65, so that means we are using the in-play range, not the wheelhouse. So in-play for Gordon is a 43. In-play 43 is actually a ground ball back to Clippard. He makes the second play of the inning, and the inning's over, but the Royals do pick up an insurance run, and we head to the top of the 9th with the score, Royals 6, Mets 4. Okay, top of the 9th, Wade Davis in to try to nail it down. Travis d'Arnaud, the first batter. It is a 9, which is in the tough range, and it's a 1. So a 1 in the tough range is a strikeout. So d'Arnaud is out, 1 away. That'll bring up Michael Conforto. And on deck is the shortstop Flores, but he's going to be pinch hit for by probably Michael Kadire, but we'll see. So Conforto, it's a 4, and a 4 is patient. It's a 52. Patient 52 is actually a base hit for Conforto, so hold the phone. We're not over yet, and we'll pause here for the pinch hitter. Okay, 1-on-1 out, and Michael Kadire is in the pinch hit for Flores to see what he can do. One swing of the bat could tie the game. It is a 10. 10 is in the tough range, and it's a 16. 16 tough is actually a strikeout. So Wade Davis strikes out the pinch hitter, Michael Kadire. So we're down to our last out now, last chance. It'll be the designated hitter, Kelly Johnson. He represents the tie and runs the plate. Here's the pitch. It's a 10, which is tough, and it's a 79. Oh, that was a 7 there. 79. 79 tough is a fly ball to right, and I'm sorry, fly ball to center, and the ball game is over. The Royals hang on for the 6-4 victory. And guys, I hope that was done correctly. Like I said, I took a chance doing it with the dice version versus the fast action cards. This is actually the first game I've ever played with the dice, and to do it on a video is kind of risky. But hopefully that went well. It seemed that the pace of the game seemed to go pretty well. I intentionally tried to get the speed up on the game so it wouldn't take as long. Hopefully I read the charts correctly. Please, 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 I will not take offense if I did something wrong on one of the chart checks. If somebody that's an expert on the dice version could let me know what I did wrong so that I can correct it for future reference, I would appreciate it. But I did just want to mainly do the video because of the 2015 cards. I wanted to let everybody know they were out there in the PDF version, and for $10 you can't beat it. And you can start playing right away, print and play, and not have to wait for the release of the actual cards, which I think are not going to happen until about March. So anyway, hope everybody has a nice 2016 baseball board gaming season, or whatever board game you choose. And that's going to do it from here. And again, the final score in somewhat dramatic fashion is the Royals 6 and the Mets 4. Winning pitcher was Edison Volquez. The loser was the Black Knight, Matt Harvey. And the save went to Wade Davis. So long, everybody.